It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the start of a brand new week. Great thing about us, though, we still got our same great sponsors each and every day, including Sherwin-Williams House Paint at 315 Jefferson Street, right here in Camden, 836-8125. Go by and see Greg Bradshaw and his crew. They can hook you up, man.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436, serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Go by, give them folks a call, and tell them Uncle John and Kelly sent you, and they'll sign you up.
Absolutely. Also, Prescott Raceway. You can check out a full schedule at PrescottRaceway.net. You can go by and see them at 5121 Highway 53 East. Call them at 904-5952 or swing by the Napa store there in Magnolia. See Jackie Lewis, the man himself. He can tell you everybody that's coming up before the season's over with and all that kind of stuff, at least who they're working on, all that kind of stuff. Jackie, man, he doing great things down there in Magnolia with that Napa store.
And we got J.J. Lindsay down at the Shopper's Guide. If you got any stationery needs, if you need some business cards, any kind of printing, call J.J. and tell him Uncle John and Kelly sent you. Do you a great job.
Man, he did an outstanding job on ours and everything. So what do you want to talk about here today on a Monday, John?
Well, yesterday was September the 25th. Would have been my mother and daddy's 80th anniversary.
There you go.
They got married September the 25th, 1942 at Reeder, Arkansas, by Brother Doyle Creech.
Nice.
And 80 years is a long time, you know.
It is a long time.
My
dad was born in 42.
My daddy was getting ready to go to overseas during the war, and he came home for a couple of days, and him and my mama got married, and he went back to the California, getting ready to leave to go to France, and my mama didn't tell him. She rode a train all the way to California to see him off.
Wow.
And I didn't know that till not too long ago. My mother had passed away before I found out about that, but she rode a train all the way to California to see him one more time before he left.
And your mom, that was pretty unusual for her.
That was a big deal, man. I would love to talk to her to get the skinny on that, you know, but because she never talked about it.
And she almost never left the farm,
almost never left. You know, where we lived there, she from where I live, you can see where she was born and where she lived her whole life, you know. And my daddy come back from the war and built a house right there where mine is, and that's where they were. But I would love to talk to her about it, but kind of a funny story about it. I was in high school dating this little old girl, you know, and after I graduated, you know, she had big intentions for us to get married, you know, and she had found out that my mother and daddy's anniversary was on September the 25th, and it just so happened that fall, September the 25th, was on a Saturday. And she had designs on us getting married.
She wanted to get hitched on that day?
On that day, and, you know, I was not inclined to do that, so I just kind of skipped town for a while. and you know, my mother, is as much as she missed me and as much as she loved her baby boy, when I told her why I was going to be out of pocket for a while, she kind of understood. But anyway, when I showed back up, relations between me and that young lady were never the same again.
A little strained after that.
Yeah, but, you know, we remained friends until she died. She got over her mad spell. You know, you can't stay mad at Uncle John very long. You know, and she didn't, and we remained friends. Matter of fact, when she passed away, I gave the eulogy at her funeral. And when they opened her lockbox at the bank, they found 6 wedding rings and 3 pictures of me and her.
Wow.
But yesterday would have been my mother and daddy's 80th anniversary. I think about it every year on September the 25th, you know, it's a good thing it wasn't a twofer shot, you know.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's one of those Remember When with Uncle John stories.
There you go. Got memories that both bless and burn. Man, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. But don't worry about it. We are just getting started. We're going to be here same bat time, same bat channel all week long. And if you happen to miss us for some kind of reason, you can always go back and listen to us on our podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, YouTube, or just find us on our very own Yes Radio Works Facebook page. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.